Game 2 in the Upsurge minor leagues of this Ocean Division matchup between the two behemoths of Omega Gaming Ice and Wulfpack Vengeance. Here we are in the draft again. I am the IDIPC, and I am joined by Rude Dude. Welcome.
Yes, thank you very much, Idea. We are just having a few draft difficulties with the browser not being picked up, so you guys can't actually see what is going on at the minute, but that's not a problem. We'll be able to talk you through the draft, and then we'll show it you all quickly when we get up into the client as well. Apologies, these things just do happen, unfortunately. But anyway, we can run you through the quick bans so far. The side of Omega Gaming banned away Galio, Syndra, and Graves, and Wulfpack Vengeance banned away Varus, Ash, and Olaf. And do you want to run through the first picks that we've picked up?
Absolutely here. Just taking a look at it now. We do have Aphelios and Ezreal getting picked up. Again, Wulfpack Vengeance going to opt in for that poke AD carry. Again, Ezreal being very, very relevant in the meta. Always has been, probably always will be. And Aphelios getting picked up here for Omega Gaming Ice. One of the still strongest AD carries in the game, despite some of the nerfs that have been coming down in 10.13. We will see that here. And Wulfpack Vengeance opting for the Karma can be flexed in the mid lane or as the support here for their team. We'll be able to give them, some advantages, as far as being able to speed up and try and close the gap for these fights.
Yep, 100%. We've got Karma Ezreal bot lane and then answered with Aphelios Lulu. So both bot lanes getting picked up early on. And then looks like both jungle picks get traded back as well. So Trundle for Ice and Ivern for Wulfpack Vengeance right now.
The Ivern pick coming in, Rude Dude. I am excited. I'm hyped to see this actually get, its way into this game. Should be very, very interesting to see exactly how Dreams is going to do on this champion. Something to be hype about here for Game 2. But Vladimir, Corki are the bans now. In the second round of bans here, Kled getting picked away as well. So some focus towards that top lane there. Kled, Vladimir being taken out of the hands of Koro. So it's going to be interesting to see if they're going to opt for something again like the Kennen for that team fight potential. We saw it to some success there in Game 1, able to get themselves some huge team fight wins with the Kennen flanks. But Cassiopeia will get hovered here for the final ban. Yes, it does go through. Omega Gaming Ice making that their final ban. Cassiopeia taken away. And I'm expecting now to see, this top lane pick most likely for the side of Wulfpack Vengeance. Again, it could be Karma mid, so it might be a support pick if that's the case, and we know where that Karma is going. But overall, it's going to be interesting to see what they decide to take here, what their drafting strategy is going to be. Still waiting now. 5 seconds go down. Gangplank hovered. Gangplank locked in here for Wulfpack Vengeance.
Yep, I had completely forgotten that Karma mid has become a thing again now. But you are entirely correct that this Karma can easily be flexed into mid lane and the support. And just so that we're aware, the stream is now able to see the draft, so that's a bonus as well. They can now see all the champs instead of us just talking and them having to visualize it themselves. But you are 100% right. Wulfpack picking up their top lane as well, saving that mid lane counter pick for the R5 pick. And an Orianna picked up for Omega Gaming Ice, something very safe, very easy to play into most champions in this mid lane. And it'll be interesting to see what Omega Gaming Ice here pick into this Gangplank to try and shut him down early again. Second game that we'll be seeing for Wulfpack on the Gangplank, and it'll be interesting to see whether or not they try and elect for a similar matchup on this top side. It does look like Koro's going to go back straight to that Kennen. Favoured it top side, got the first blood early on in lane, so can't say it's a bad pick for him. Excited to see how it goes this time around with the Ivern. Maybe trying to make some plays early on the map.
Shall be indeed here. And final pick now coming in for Wulfpack Vengeance. We get to see if this is indeed the infamous Karma mid that has been rearing its ugly head back into pro play. No, it is the Yasuo. Yasuo getting picked up here in response to the Orianna mid pick. This is going to be hype. You've got the Yasuo there. He has the ability to outplay the Orianna, but the onus and the initiative is on him to be able to get those fights started in the mid lane. And the Orianna should just be able to sit back and be able to farm pretty easily there in the mid lane. But, you're going to be looking out for those ganks from Ivern, and I'm expecting there to be a lot of mid-game action.
Yeah, definitely a lot of spicy picks coming out from Wulfpack Vengeance. Yasuo, highly mechanically intensive champion. Ivern as well requires a lot of thought into your pathing as well. So definitely higher skill level champion select from Wulfpack Vengeance right here. So super excited to see if they can execute on it. And we're looking for Ice here just to utilize the team fights. They had a couple of them last game where they looks like they could claw their way back into a winning position, but they just fell at one of the final hurdles there, losing the Mountain Soul. But a much stronger team fight team, I'd say, this time around with the Aphelios over the Kaiser. Obviously, Aphelios first picked for Ice. We'll see paired with the Lulu as well how strong he's going to be able to be in these team fights. Something small to note is obviously Yasuo counters Aphelios just in the sense that if Windwall is in a good position, the Aphelios is going to be pretty much neutralized in a team fight for a few seconds whilst he's trying to navigate his way around that. Fighting in chokes and things like that can be especially hard for an Aphelios to navigate, just because if that Windwall is up, he just has no access into the team fight.
Absolutely, there is some team fight potential there with that wind wall, and I'm gonna be interested to see if they bait out the wind wall and then wait to come in and engage. Because just looking at the composition here from Wulfpack Vengeance, they don't have too much in the way of engaging on these fights as far as hard CC goes. They do have cannon barrage, things like that they can throw down in choke points. People get the slow to try and wrap something up. I'm expecting Karma to be zooming this Yasuo in on these fights, or even the Gangplank as he continues to get beefier and tankier as the game progresses. But overall, I'm looking for Omega Gaming Ice to really take this one home. They have extremely strong team fighting potential with the Orianna Shockwave, the ultimate coming down from Kennen. Trundle with a nice Icy Pillar can really displace key members here from Wulfpack Vengeance. And again, the Lulu there with the polymorph, with the ultimate that comes down, it's just absolutely disgusting how much she can buff up her team. So I'm expecting them to play through this Aphelios.
Yeah, Aphelios super strong hyper carry in the late game, and if they elect to put any form of gold resources into this bot lane, it's going to be very difficult for Wulfpack to play these out. Scary Jerry on Yasuo here is the only source of knockup for his team, so he's going to be relying on himself and himself alone to find those nice last breath engagements as well, which could present a few difficulties later on in the game if the side of Omega Gaming Ice are on top of their toes, ready with the quick feet or anticipating any potential nice Yasuo flashy mechanics that we see.
Absolutely. And with all the champions now locked in, ladies and gentlemen, we will be going on over to our intermission. Again, I'm Idea PC, and I am joined by Rude Dude on the casting desk here. He is also giving us this wonderful production that you see in front of you before your eyes. But with all of that said, do not go anywhere. We will be right back. Yep. And welcome back. Here we are, Game 2 of Omega Gaming Ice versus Wulfpack Vengeance here. Again, in this best of 3 series. As I said, Game 2 here starting for us now in Summoner's Rift. I'm Idea PC, joined today by Rude Dude on the color casting desk. Again, Rude Dude, welcome, and thank you for coming. It is absolutely here, and I do want to point it out here. Waffle Wheel opting for press the attack. Not going to go Conqueror here after the Conqueror nerfs that we saw in patch 10.13. Conqueror now requiring 12 stacks as opposed to the original 10. So that is going to come through here. Waffle going to take that press the attack. Ezreal there with Conqueror, however. So it's going to be interesting to see which one of these 80 carries with their rune choices is going to be able to come out on top there. But other than that, I think everything pretty standard across the board as far as summoner spells go. Oh, we have this early invade from Supermark, but there it is. Superstar with the roam on support, able to come up. Supermark dangerously low. Dreams, though, one more auto will do it, but the slows are there. Lulu, though, flashing forward with the shield, will be able to get Supermark a little more time on his expiration date there. Trying to find his way out at 200 HP, but Ezreal is there waiting in the river. He's going to walk into the Trundle there. Supermark, ooh, huge damage burst coming out with press the attack, but Cassian finding himself in some trouble. There is first blood going on over to Superstar, 1 on the Karma. Absolutely, and you know, Karma already a very oppressive champion, can deal a lot of damage. You know, throwing out that Q, able to get huge damage off. So you know, this huge hyper poke lane from Thorngrim and Superstar, I do expect to be able to get some pretty good advantages here on the bot side of the map. And with that kill going on over to Superstar, it's just going to give him that strength that much sooner. But overall here, we do see the junglers kind of dancing away right now. Trundle looking for something up towards the top side of the map. Gangplank is there. It's going to go down to ward, but there's the pings coming through now. Supermark, Icy Pillar coming down. Endpoint finds himself in a little bit of trouble. Has to flash forward here. There's going to be the stacks lining up, but it's not going to get him to 3. There will be no stun. And that is good absorption of pressure from Endpoint. Indeed here. Coral able to get the stun there. Endpoint falling at about 200 HP. Is going to continue to take that damage. Now 100 HP. Underneath this tower has the orange. We'll be able to, have some sustain in the lane. But really pressure coming out here from the side of Wulfpack Vengeance. They're going to be able to get themselves that early Infernal Dragon here, which is going to give them more scaling power on this Ezreal. Now Trundle, though, coming here towards the mid lane. Scary Jerry is going to get slowed down from the pillar there, but the damage is not going to be able to come through from the Orianna. Shockwave lands, though. Supermark picks up the kill in the mid lane. I am watching the stream and I am trying to hear our voices, but I don't hear us.
Okay, I think we're good now.
All right, coming through. We've got my color caster back here. Rude dude, welcome back. But yeah, we did have a bit of a team fight there. We saw the cannon barrage coming down and kills going over to the side of Wulfpack Vengeance. So able to get themselves something going in that fight.
Yeah, they did. And now, sort of overall, we're sitting at a 1,500 gold lead here for the side of Wulfpack Vengeance. Scary Jerry constantly dashing around this mid side.
Here in the mid lane now, the exhaust is landed. Scary Jerry, very slow. Damage coming through. Smurda be able to pick it up. Dreams on the Ivern. We'll find the Icy Pillar, but the damage is not going to be able to come through. It's not going to be quite enough. Shockwave just now available for Smurda B. Man, this is what I wanted to see. I wanted to see action towards the mid side of the map. I wanted to see Supermark really put some investment into his mid laner here on the Orianna. She needs some of that early gold injection to really see herself have and find success as the game continues to go on. Now gank up here towards the top side. Endpoint gonna get stunned up, locked down here. Oranges will come through. It's very close here, but Endpoint falling. The auto comes through. Koros picks himself up the kill, and this is the kind of pressure that we wanted to see in game one.
Yep, Supermark really taking advantage of this early Trundle jungle, able to get himself around, affecting the lanes as much as he can. Now got himself 3 out of 3 kill participation, 2 in the mid, 1 up on this top side, and as we called it, they needed to punish Endpoint without having flash, and even though Endpoint saw them coming, he was there.
This might be another now. Chilling Smite lands. Scary Jerry is going to find the Shockwave on his body. Icy Pillar comes through. The slows are there. Flash forward from Supermark as he K's down. Scary Jerry here in the mid lane, able to pick that one up right there. Trundle has been everywhere on the map now. We've seen the ganks mid. We've seen the ganks top. He's really giving his laners an advantage here, and it's starting to show. The slight gold advantage for the Orianna in the mid lane, slight gold advantage for Kennen up towards the top side. These are the kind of things that we want to see. But now, towards the bottom side of the map, we really do see that gold advantage coming for Ezreal. Hold on, little trade going back and forth. Superstar very low, but oh my goodness! Cassian will fall. That's a double kill as the True Shot Barrage just deletes health bars.
Yeah, it really looked like Omega Gaming Ice's bot lane, Waffle Wheel and Cassian were going to take that fight. But all of a sudden, with a Mantra Q and True Shot Barrage coming down all at once, Waffle Wheel didn't even burn his summoners, just upfront burst coming out from the side of Wulfpack right there. It looks good for Ice, wasn't good in the end, and this is sort of the one area on the map where you feel like Wulfpack have got an advantage right now. Thorngrim here, he's got himself the components of the Manamune, and once again, he had that cool start, so he's already a very large proponent of the way toward getting a big cash out. So maybe Cassian gonna spot them, he doesn't. That control ward coming down just a bit too late, that's gonna be a feels bad man if he looks at that one back.
Does indeed. Coral just trading up here with Endpoint again. Hold on, Gale. Gang now in the mid lane here. Supermark really coming through. Cannon Barrage, though, lands. The teleport also coming in. There it is. Ezreal has joined the fight. Shmurda B is going to find some damage. Shockwave the land to try and buy himself some time. But Thorngrim is on a rampage as he's now 4-0 on this Ezreal pick.
Yeah, nice TP to answer from Thorngrim. Going to translate themselves into a second Drake of the game for Wulfpack. And honestly, it's good to see the ADC here getting himself around the map, translating his advantage into the other lanes. Something that you don't typically see too often, just as a component of bot lane play, being able to rotate around, unless you're playing something maybe like a Twitch that's, you know, really good at ganking secretly. But really nice play from Thorngrim right now. Very impressive that he's been able to get himself around the map as well as he has been just then.
Absolutely, but now towards the top side of the map, Chorus is going to find himself in between Scary Jerry and Endpoint. Flash forward from Scary Jerry, but Trundle is there in the wings. The root and the stun. Ooh, nice Icy Pillar there to be able to get the denial kill. That's going to be nothing for Wulfpack Vengeance there, but now dive towards the bottom side of the map here. Huge damage coming in from Ezreal. He's going to take a turret shot there. He's going to get rooted. That's going to be a trade kill. Shutdown going on over the Moonlight Vigil does land. Superstar, though, going to be able to pick himself up another kill. You really cannot underestimate the damage here. There it is, though. Double kill going on over for Superstar. And a shutdown for the Aphelios as he picks himself up another one here in the bottom side. 2-for-2 trade overall. And I'd have to say, if I'm OGI, I'm going to take that one right there.
Yep, they lose barely any minions under the turret for Waffle Wheel. He picks himself up the 2 shutdowns on Superstar and Thorngrim. So, you know, a lot of gold to be spent. Does manage to pick himself up that Infinity Edge. Completes that. Now boots components as well, and this Aphelios 20 CS down was pretty starved out in this bot lane. He's down a level as well, but those 2 kills are going to help him no end, trying to get himself back into the game. Supermark's got this Herald now, and Shmurda B trying to assert some dominance here in the mid lane, maybe trying to get a plate before they slam that Herald anywhere. Doesn't of course have to be mid lane, definitely a potential for it to go elsewhere on the map.
Indeed, Ivern waiting in the wings there as well. So both junglers just biding their time, being as patient as possible. The first jungler to engage will be Dreams, though. This might be an advantage for the side of OGI. The teleport now coming in. Coral's looking for something here. Scary Jerry almost going to fall there, but Shmurda B is in some danger here. The shields and the speed up is there. Dreams is going to fall as the tower shot finds its mark. Kill for the jungler over here, Supermark, on that pick. But in the bot lane, we did see another dive. Waffle Wheel, well, excuse me, not a dive, but just getting killed there in the lane. Unfortunately, things are not going Waffle Wheel's way down here on the bottom side of the map. It's been really, really hard for him with the dives that have been coming through. A lot of attention has been put down towards this bottom side of the map. And Thorngrim and Superstar are playing the matchup very, very well. Rift Herald going to get called into the mid lane here. Supermark looking just to pick up the gold off of this charge. Will be able to get it there. 320 gold in his pockets for his time. But this T1 turret down here looking a little weak there, Rude Dude.
Yeah, looking a little bit worse for wear. Just the 1 plate left, and with, you know, 25 seconds before the plates fall, wouldn't be too surprised for bot lane fight to come out to try and defend it.
There it is, able to land Moonlight Vigil, able to get some down, but the Cannon Barrage comes through, and Ivern is here. Waffle Wheel will fall. Thorngrim picking up the kill there off the back of a 4-man assist from the side of Wulfpack Vengeance. I mean, it's been bottom lane focus all early game here for Wulfpack Vengeance. This Ezreal is absolutely huge. The Karma, huge. We now see it. Ezreal sitting on about 2,300 gold here in the bottom side of the map. He's actually going to be dangerously close to being able to complete his Trinity Force. You see the items coming in there now. Phage picked up, the Stinger picked up there. He only needs about 300 more gold to be able to complete that item. And so Ezreal is going to have an early power spike here as we transition on over into the mid game, Rude Dude.
Definitely is, and you know, we saw Supermark and Ice try and focus the mid lane and the top side, and they did that really well, but unfortunately the bot side lacking a little bit here, as we see Thorngrim, you know, super strong as you mentioned. So wherever the focus wasn't put, unfortunately, not quite able to play weak side as well as they'd like to. And Shmurda B,
we now see that bottom lane actually rotating to the mid lane here. You know, and that is kind of coming into the fact that, ooh, hold on, flash forward here from Superstar, looking for something. Oh, the Ignite is going to be enough, and with the Mystic Shot, that's the kill going on over to Superstar. But, I was just about to say, Rude Dude, with the bot lane now rotating up towards the mid side of the map here, after that tier 1 turret fell in the bot lane, they now have permanent pressure in the mid lane just because Thorngrim and Superstar are so strong on these champions. They can constantly push in the wave. We saw the chickens stolen away from Supermark. So, this lead that has been in the bot lane is now going to start transitioning to other parts of the map, to this mid lane specifically. This turret dangerously low. Ophelia is trying to get some trade damage, but it's nothing compared to the damage of what's coming out from Thorngrim. True Shot Barrage landing there. Waffle Wheel dangerously low, but the shields are going to be enough. Supermark now trying to find something. Thorngrim's going to be polymorph up here. Damage is there. Shut down for Supermark as the Ezreal will fall. But, if these fights will stop, the point I'm making is that, this mid lane advantage and the pressure that they have from this bottom lane is going to start transitioning into the other lanes. It's going to start transitioning into jungle camps being slowly taken away from Supermark. We see now the Ivern has a CS advantage, but here's a fight. Shmurda B having a flash over, will get followed up by Scary Jerry here. Shockwave put Gangplank back, but there's the damage coming through. Trade of mid laners there as the fight continues. Flash forward from Enprice will be able to get himself a kill there. Supermark now in some danger. The parlay there. The barrel is there. Supermark will fall. Shutdown going on over here to Lulu, though, as Dragon fight will continue to happen here. Endpoint, though, going to be able to wrap himself up, and that's an ace here for Wulfpack Vengeance.
Yeah,
hard fight to keep up with.
Definitely fights all over the river there. Well played from yourself to try and keep on top of that one. But in the end, it's going to be 5 kills for Wulfpack Vengeance. The Ocean Drake as well, putting them onto Ocean Soul Point. And already, 3 Drakes down, and Orianna still hasn't completed her first item yet. We're looking at the stage where we're sort of thinking, how do Ice get themselves back into this? How do they prevent this from being a swift 0-2 sweep? And currently, it's got to be really off the back of some miracle flank again from Koros right now. We saw it in the first game where they bought himself a bit of time in game 1 to claw their way back into the game, and looks like they could maybe do it, and we're going to need to see it again from Koros. 2-1 and 2, along with Supermark, definitely the shining lights in this team for this game. And they need to really pull something out of the bag if they're going to try and continue, but maybe an overextension with the team on the top side from Koros here.
Looking for something. Superstar now waiting there off in the wings, but that's going to be the Hextech Protobelt to be able to get himself back under his tower. There should be no engage there. He's going to fall to about 60% HP, and the Rift Herald going on over to the side of Wulfpack Vengeance, utilizing the pressure that they're able to get in the mid lane and the top side of the map here, with the rotations coming in to be able to get themselves the objective. And now this T1 turret going to be falling up here for the side of OGI. They're not going to be able to defend this one, I do not think, especially with Rift Herald there now being in the hands of Dreams.
Yep, looks like with the wave here now, might just look to bully them off, but Supermark is there and doing just enough to dissuade the dive and the take of the turret. They might want to use that Rift Herald on something a bit more high priority than just a tier 1. And again,
Absolutely.
we see Shmurda B and Endpoint again down in this bot lane. We saw that as well in game 1, where each team sending down their top and mid laner to the bot side. Obviously very different games for these guys this game. Shmurda B off to a really good start, unfortunately hasn't been able to convert it into anything. And Endpoint, 3-1 and 5 this game, using the Cannon Barrage to great effect to get himself some assists. Maybe a kill
It
here.
is, there it is, another Cannon Barrage, and the Shockwave though from Orianna, able to pull him under the tower, but the parlay will land, and the Grasp proc will get the kill secured here for Endpoint as he duels his opponent there, Shmurda B, in this option. But Rift Herald Shelly called up towards the top side, not quite able to get that tier 2 top turret to fall, as Wulfpack Vengeance rotates down mid, trying to find something. Gangplank, though, is going to be able to push down to the bottom side of the map. Being unanswered here is going to get some pretty good damage down off onto that turret, falling to about half HP. Coral trying to follow up here now, trying to dissuade him from pushing it any further. But right now, it's just absolute map control and domination from the side of Wulfpack Vengeance. They're doing themselves a very, very good job of maintaining, priority in the lanes, really coming off the back of the Ezreal mostly here. And giving their solo laners some priority in those bottom lanes there, as we saw for the Gangplank, which is translating into objectives being taken across the map, and now the gold advantage that is just broken about 6.5k.
Yeah, exactly. It's nice to see them, obviously, previously sharing the gold of all 3 lanes, but fight.
Now's the fight, slicing Maelstrom coming in, and they're able to lock up Thorngrim. That's huge here for the side of OGI. Supermark going to get rooted down there, but that is not going to be any more follow-up engage here from that team. Able to pick out a huge kill there, able to get themselves the shutdown, or excuse me, maybe not shutdown gold, but the kill onto the Ezreal there, which is absolutely huge for them. It's going to be able to break this siege for a little bit longer. It's going to buy the side of OGI a little more time to be able to push out these waves. We now see, Coral up there in the top side of the map, Schmurdaby down towards the bottom side. They're just pushing out these waves, trying to catch up in that CS. And yeah, I mean, just looking at mid lane, 50 CS advantage for the Oswell, in what was the ranged versus, melee matchup. Schmurdaby falling a little bit short of expected CS numbers here in game 2. But Aphelios now, he's got 2 items. He's got the Runion's Hurricane. He's got the IE. He has the potential, if he's protected in these fights, to do some damage. The problem is you do not have a true tank in this fight. Trundle is building tank, but, oftentimes we do see his kit maybe a little more utilized better with things like Trinity Force, some damage items. So, not having like an Ornn on the team or a Shen or a Sejuani, I think is going to be a little bit of an issue for this side of OGI with the amount of poke that's going to come out from Wulfpack Vengeance.
Yeah, for sure. Trundle going to try and do his best with the tanks. Obviously, he's able to steal the stats, but you look at the side of Wulfpack Vengeance, whose stats is he going to steal? There's no true tank on that side to steal from either. Both teams just posturing at the minute to try and get themselves priority on this Drake, and it looks like Wulfpack picked up will maybe catch mid lane though.
Yep, looking for Thorngrim there. Cannon Barrage coming down now. There's going to be damage. Endpoint getting some access to the back line. And Koro now with a huge flank there. Able to lock up multiple members. That's huge damage coming out here. Endpoint, though, surviving for a lot longer than expected. Scary Jerry there will get polymorph, but that's the kills coming through for the side of Wulfpack Vengeance. Double kill here for Scary Jerry on the Yasuo pick. And an ace for Wulfpack.
Yeah, really nicely played fight. It looks like it was going to be such a good engage for Ice. But Karma keeping the team alive. Ivan Shields as well came out to, slow down the snowball of Koros, and it was exactly as we talked about. Koros needed to find the perfect flank. He found a really good one, 3-man slicing Maelstrom, but it just wasn't enough. Scary Jerry and the rest of the team, Thorngrim specifically, are just too far ahead right now. They cut through the entirety of Omega Gaming Ice, take themselves a mid lane tier 2 and the Ocean Soul. Probably the most important pickup from that entire exchange, going to be that soul going their way.
It absolutely is, and when I take a look at these compositions, right, it's hard for me to realize, even with the perfect team fight there coming from Koro in that last fight, you have the Osmo here, you have Gangplank, you have Ezreal just being able to poke from the back line, right, and you're playing these champions into the Kennen, into the Trundle, into Schmurdaby on the Orianna, the Aphelios, the Lulu. The problem is what champion do you have that is going to be able to peel for your carries, right? Once Yasuo gets on top of you, it becomes very, very difficult for you to fight him as a ranged champion there, as an AD carry. He's got, similar damage there. He's got the completed Phantom Dancer as well, which is going to give him the shield when he's low health. So, there's no hard CC, some true hard CC from the side of OGI to be able to lock down those champions that just want to dive on the backline freely.
No, you're quite right, and with that we see Baron start up Schmurdaby in the bot side with no TP. Looks like this Baron's just going to be given away for absolutely nothing. There we go, secured there by Endpoint in fact. And that looks like to be traded just for some farm in the bot side and a little bit of a push in the mid lane, but they don't even manage to get back to mid lane tier 1, and currently with Ocean Soul and Baron, this is looking very difficult for Ice to try and get back into. Looks like Wulfpack are going to be able to maybe try and take this game with the buffs that they have got. Certainly be looking to at least break the base with this Baron. At the very least, very disappointed if they don't manage to get that. Looks like they are just going to sort of stack 4 men in the mid lane and then send Endpoint down to this bot side. Got himself Essence Reaver as well now on top of the Trinity Force, so a formidable foe for any of the side laners on Ice. Scary
It is
Jerry.
indeed. I mean, he's hit level 15 now, highest level in the game alongside his mid lane counterpart there. But right now, Wulfpack Vengeance just trying to bide their time in the mid lane, not going to get caught out here in a 4v5 type situation. They're just giving time for Gangplank to be able to push the wave. We now see he's got the wave almost all the way pushed to the tower, but a huge Moonlight Vigil now coming in from Aphelios. The fight is initiated here. The Gangplank teleport now coming in, shut down, going on over to Lulu as Yasuo will fall. Endpoint finding himself in a little bit of danger there, but the Cannon Barrage will be enough. Flash forward from Superstar, trying to find the snipe, but Castian will not be enough. All ultimates blown here for the side of OGI. And this is going to be interesting to see if they can actually hold through now. They have the health bars a little bit low, and this bottom wave now pushing. I don't know if they can actually fight here. Oriana's not there to be able to add to the wave clear, but Aphelios might just be enough. He is strong enough here, but falling a little bit low. True Shot Barrage comes through. Cassian will burn the heal there to give himself a little bit of a speed up. Shmurda though, taking a lot of poke damage from this Ezreal. The bottom tier 3 turret will fall, and that will be the inhibitor as well, as Baroned up minions are here in the base. They're going to rotate mid and push out this way, but all 5 members now back up for the side of OGI.
Yeah, really nice attempt there from OGI. They see that Gangplank's bot lane, they try and take the fight, but the TP in from Endpoint is able to, you know, trade a 1-for-1. They get the pickup originally, but Supermark just isn't able to get himself out of the fight again, and does eventually fall to Thorngrim and the rest of Wulfpack kiting him down. With that bot lane inhibitor down there, this creates a lot of space for Endpoint up on this top side, especially with a pocket Karma on him as well, to start hitting away freely, especially with pressure coming through on the bot side.
Yep, the damage on that turret is just coming in pretty free here, and that's going to be going down as those cannon minions Baroned up there are going to be able to get the shots in. Shockwave from Oriana does not find its mark. Endpoint is walking it back. The Cannon Barrage comes in. It's going to dissuade the rest of OGI from being able to take a fight. And now, Aphelios locked up here. True Shot Barrage does land. Waffle Wheel in some danger, but Koros with the flash forward now, trying to find the slicing Maelstrom. Scary Jerry will fall. Endpoint taking some tower shots there. Going to get slowed down. Will he fall? No, he will not. That's the kill going on over to the side of OGI as they're able to find the Yasuo out once again. But it does come at a cost. The top tier 3 turret does fall in that exchange. But overall here, OGI being able to survive, at least, in some regard here, on this Baroned up push. They've managed to only lose 1 inhibitor and a couple of the towers up towards the top side of the map. So overall, not a complete failure in the defense, but the gold lead now 10k for the side of Wulfpack Vengeance. They're not going to give up here. They've been sieging this mid turret for what seems like forever.
Yep, exactly. You're so right that this is the one point that they've not quite been able to break a hold of yet. And with Aphelios, with the Runaan's Hurricane as well, it makes it really difficult to siege wherever this Aphelios is, especially if he has the Flamethrower. Doesn't have it at the moment, but Red-White has been a feared combo of Aphelios for a long time. Obviously did get nerfed this patch, but is still going to be very strong with the way that he can press the attack from his runes. And just a pocket Lulu makes him so tanky as well, with Wild Growth as well as the shield coming through from both Red Gun and Lulu, but a fight in the jungle.
But now we got a fight here. Huge Oriana Shockwave will be able to find its mark on 2, but the Cannon Barrage will be able to dissuade OGI from being able to follow up any further. Endpoint just kind of throwing some barrels over the wall, tossing them out, trying to get some poke damage off. Red buff going on over to, looks like Ezreal here on his pick. We'll be able to pick that one up. They're just clearing out vision here, getting ready for the Elder Dragon fight. The bottom wave has not been pushed back out from OGI, so that is going to cause them some issues here if they are not able to find a fight here. Now, I see Pillar there forcing out the Endpoint's flash, but Thorngrim on the backline there, able to get huge damage, but he's going to get locked up here. Does get bitten out. Shutdown going on over to Supermark. Coral able to get a huge slicing Maelstrom to lock up multiple members. Endpoint now going to fall. Double kill for Supermark on the Trundle. Scary Jerry, the last one alive here, has to burn the flash. Will be Polymorph, walking around like a little snowman that he is, trying to get away from this fierce OGI squad. What a team fight there.
They're going to get the
from
Elder.
them. Shmurda B is going to go on down towards the bottom side of the map. This is going to be Elder Dragon for OGI.
Yeah, and this really, the power of an Elder Drake is going to turn the game on its head right here. Doesn't really matter about the gold differential, but look at the power mid.
Yep, there it is. He's taking the turret shots now. He's going to fall here. That's the ace for the side of OGI. They're able to pick it up a little bit delayed there, but man, you really have to hand it to this OGI squad for being able to fight back there, able to get the picks there in that fight before the Dragon. Thorngrim tried going in real deep for Schmurda, saw the low health bars, knew that he just needed to land one more Mystic shot, but unfortunately, nice flash from Schmurda over the wall, does get him to safety, and Supermark's able to jump right on top of the Ezreal to get themselves a huge kill. And that is a huge point of power for this Wulfpack Vengeance squad. If the Ezreal finds himself mispositioned or is not able to get the trade kills, it becomes really difficult for this squad to kind of poke back and kite, because that is where a large majority of their damage is coming from at this point in time.
You're exactly right. Thorngrim dies, and that takes away a substantial amount of their gold. You know, he's sat with 15,000 gold on the team right now, so...
Oh, Barrage coming down now. Gonna take down the health bars of Cassian to about 50% HP. True Shot Barrage comes in to deal a little more damage now. Daisy smacking away at Supermark there. There's not a lot of damage here. He's gonna have to take the shields, but a huge barrel explosion there, getting massive damage. The Moonlight Vigil not gonna quite land here. Are they gonna overextend for this Baron? I don't think they can get it here. It's going to reset, and that's going to be 2 kills going on over to the side of Wulfpack Vengeance. Waffle Wheel now in a bad position here. Scary Jerry going to get locked down. He's going to fall here. Damage mitigation not going to be quite enough. Double kill, though. Trying to fight back is Koro. You know, do they have the health bars, actually? I'm looking at this now. Teleport coming in. It looks like Endpoint's just going to go to the bottom side. They will be able to pick up the Baron as well. That's going to be Baron up minions here for the side of Wulfpack Vengeance. Endpoint's health bar looking a little low. Elder Dragon still available, and that's the kill. Able to push back here. This gives some hope for OGI.
Yeah, that was... OGI knew they had to try and force with the Elder Drake to get the Baron, but really nicely played poking out from Wulfpack Vengeance. Gets them off of the Drake, or gets them off of the Baron, secures the Baron for themselves, but again... Koros, I need to give this guy some credit. He's been consistently finding the flanks and finding the fights that have given OGI ways back into this game. We saw it at the Elder Drake pit, where he got 2 kills after the overaggression from Thorngrim. He extended that overaggression into 2 kills for his team. He's done it multiple times in the series, and this Kennen pick is really working wonders. 737 in the top lane. He's really been the one carrying the side of Ice here to try and keep them in this game right now.
He absolutely has been. He's just been able to knock down the health bars of this Wulfpack Vengeance squad. And like you said, you do have to hand it to him. He has really been the reason why these team fights have been managing to go the way of OGI with a massive AoE stun on the Slicing Maelstrom. Good on him. And, you know, additionally there, Orianna being able to respond to the Gangplank. The bottom lane inhibitor did not fall, so that is absolutely crucial. They will be able to push out these waves. There will be no more super minions, at least until the next push. Thorngrim has the Baron buff here, and so does Scary Jerry up towards the top side. So they do still have to deal with doubled super minion waves up here. They're running a 1-3 run. Gangplank and Yasuo at about the same place on the map, so the timings here of when these waves will be crashing should be pretty accurate. It's going to really stretch this OGI squad, which is what Wulfpack Vengeance wants to do.
Yeah, exactly. They do only have 2 Barons on the side, obviously, with Endpoint dying to the Orianna. He did lose his buff originally, but the power of the Flamethrower, you see it here. Flamethrower and Runan's Hurricane makes it really impossible to siege against an Aphelios.
Yep, and now he's got the Crescendum here coming in, so I'm expecting there to be some fight. Waffle Wheel here has the guns that he wants for a team fight. And the waves just kind of getting slowly pushed in here. Luckily, they're able to push these waves out so effectively with this team composition that they've really been able to drag and stall out this game for a while. But now this turret looking very dangerously low here. One or two more shots should do it here. Not going to be quite enough there. But this mid lane tier 3 turret is, you know, just a breath away. You could blow on it a little too hard and it'll probably fall here, dude. They have to find a fight here. They have to do something.
Down on that bot side, the inhibitor looking in a very similar position as well. We just need to keep our eyes on Koros here. He's the one that we need to look to find the engage for Ice. On the side of Thorngrim.
Looking for something, and here he comes now, trying to find Thorngrim, but it's not going to be anything left there. Cannon Barrage coming down. It's going to slow down the members here from OGI. That is a secure tower. Now they have the authority to be able to go onto this inhibitor, but now the fight is coming through. Flash forward from Koro here, able to get the stun down onto Superstar. He's going to be really low. True Shot Barrage will land, but Endpoint's there with access to the back line. Orianna Shockwave able to lock up some more members here, trying to find themselves some time. Endpoint's still alive, but Scary Jerry will get immediately popped there. Double kill now for this Aphelios. Waffle Wheel is hitting his power spike at 4 items now. Thorngrim, dangerously low. Moonlight Vigil having to blink away from it there. And the team fight goes the way of OGI. They lose no members. They're able to trade 2 there, and they are able to keep themselves in this game.
Yeah, really nicely played fight from Waffle Wheel there. He had Sniper and his Chakrams available. Put down the Sniper turret, stacked up his Chakrams off of the people that were just walking into his turret range, and ultimately Scary Jerry and Dreams didn't respect the power that he's got right now. He sat with 75% crit chance and a Last Whisper at the time. You know, he's doing so much damage when people dashing into him like that. They need to respect this Aphelios. We were talking about Koros being the one that was winning them the fights, but that was just to stall out for Waffle to get himself into a position to carry now. And with Dreams and Scary Jerry down, it looks like Elder Drake is going to be on the cards.
Yep, getting started up here. Cannon Barrage now coming in. Endpoint looking for a little something here. True Shot Barrage going to find its way onto Waffle Wheel, but the rest of this team is not there. Wulfpack Vengeance trying their best, throwing down the global ultimates there, but not able to dissuade OGI from picking themselves up another Elder Dragon here. It's going to be absolutely huge for them in this next fight. You're starting to see the items coming in. Schmurda is now level 18, has the level advantage on Scary Jerry, which he has not had all game. Koro now also level 18. You see the power spikes coming in here for the side of OGI. They've been able to draw out this game long enough with a turtle defense that they put up for the last 15 minutes to be able to get themselves in this position now where they can go toe-to-toe with Wulfpack Vengeance here in Game 2.
Yeah, exactly. Schmurda B along with Koro is going to provide a nice wombo. Waffle Wheel definitely strong enough to take a team fight now. 4 items with the Vamp Scepter on top. You know, it's going to be all on this execution, how well this team fight can go for Ice right now. Looking like they're trying to siege.
And they're able to fight their way back here now, trying to get something. They've only been able to take 2 turrets this entire game, so they need to pick up some of that free gold on the map in the form of turrets. We see Koro there, grabbing himself the blue buff. We'll pick that up. Gonna recall now. I guess he has a buy here. Taking a look at the gold. No, maybe not. Maybe not a buy. Just trying to heal himself up. Maybe he's gonna go back to push out that bottom wave. Yep. There he goes. And Baron actually getting ready to spawn here pretty soon, Rude Dude. We'll be up here in about a minute. No, there it is.
Yeah, so it's going to be the same situation we saw about 5-6 minutes ago. Will the side of Ice be able to execute better than they did last time? They want to get this Baron so that they can take down these turrets, because this is Yasuo Karma. It's kind of impossible for them to take the turrets. But there is a TP on Koro, so for this flank.
Barrage coming in now. The teleport flank from Koro, though, here. He's going to find himself in multiple members here, able to get some stuns down onto this team composition. Flash mark from Supermark, though, but Schmurda B dangerously low on the back line. Going to get zoned out. Thorngrim, though, getting the shockwave. Waffle Wheel able to get the kills now as the health bars go down. The Elder Buff going active. Huge team fight win here for OGI as they're able to knock down 3 members and only lose their support. Pushing now into the mid-wave here, trying to get more objectives for their name. Supermarket can get rooted up there, but is it going to be enough? They do not have the same poke power that they have when Ezreal and Gangplank are normally up. They do not have the damage, I do not think, to be able to fight back this squad. The respawn timer is now still 30 to 40 seconds long. That's going to be the inhibitor in the mid lane falling now. Superstar trying his best here to be able to get the poke damage down. Aphelios is going to get stunned up there, rooted, but the damage is just too much. Superstar dangerously low. The first Nexus Tower will fall. The second one will follow. And that is Game 2 here for OGI. We will see a best of 3 going to Game 3.
Yeah, what an absolutely amazing game from OGI right there. They turtled their way back from a huge gold deficit, so in about 8k at some point during that game. And they somehow managed to, despite the odds, come back and win themselves that game. They win the game, still 1,500 gold down, but that doesn't matter in the late game stages when you're talking about, 1,000 compared to the 80,000 of the team. It's just not relevant. Aphelios had 4-5 items nearly, and Schmurda B Koros as well. Such huge teamfight potential from Ken and Oriana. It really did scale them super well, and they played to the team fights that they needed to really well from OGI right there.
Yep, good play there from OGI here in Game 2. Able to just hold out and put up a stalwart defense there to pull off the late game victory with the Aphelios there. But with all that being said, we will be transitioning on over into a short intermission as we get pro drafts ready for you here in game number 3. So ladies and gentlemen, do not change that browser, and we will be right back after the break.